hello. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you are, welcome to Life Coaching Access, your daily access with professional certified life coaches brought to you by Life Coach Philippines. Life Coach Philippines is a community of credentialed life coaches offering coaching classes and services worldwide. This community is supported by Teacup Coffee Republic, the home of certified life coaches in the country, located at Pioneer Center or the PC compound in Capitolio, Pasig City. Life Coaching Philippines is our service to the community, and we aim to help individuals experience the process of transformation through the platform of life coaching. If you want to know more about our coaching classes and services offered worldwide, please connect with Coach Rizal through 0917 586-1661 for your assistance. Again, that's 0917 586-1661 for assistance. By the way, I am Coach Tony for En Route to Forgiveness. Moving on begins with a mind shift. Your access with me is every Sunday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. And for my segment today, I will be sharing with you episode 20, The End of One Adventure. Please tag your FB friends in the comment section below and invite them to join our conversation. You may also share this FB Live to your timeline and FB groups and pages so that we can reach more people and help transform lives. All right, so everyone, thank you for joining me today. On a personal note, I've had a really tough time making this one. And you'll probably see why. But for now, for those who don't know me, or for those who are just watching me for the very first time, then I'd like to say hi. I'm Coach Tony, and I'm a coach for millennials and younger people, as well as a career coach. Now, as a life coach, I don't give advice, and I'm also not a guru. And if you want to reach out to me, you can reach me out through my email at coach.tony.espiritu@gmail.com, or you can reach me out via Facebook at coach.tony.espiritu@facebook.com. Or if you want to join my coaching group, I have a group called Life's Cartographers. You can just search it up on Facebook as well. Now, for this entirety of March, we have been discussing the following. For the second week of March, we've discussed when the work is finished. That was episode 18. For episode 19, that was the end of your academe life, which was last week. And for today's episode, we will be discussing the end of one adventure. So, let's discuss about said end of adventure. What makes the ending of one part of our lives somewhat impactful? And for today's episode, we will be talking about a lot of questions. How things you should ask yourself once things end, or how some things come to an end. And I want you, every one of you, to take a minute or take every second, every breath, every moment when you've come to your end, when you've come to a certain ending of a chapter in your life, or you've come to an ending of a certain scenario or a certain attitude or a certain end point, a flashpoint, if you will, where what questions can linger in your mind, or some things that can come up. Now, I'd like to ask you, when it comes to one ending for one of your adventures or a chapter in your life, and when we turn towards a new chapter afterwards, are we normally prepared for it? I'd like to ask you, do you normally prepare for what's to come after? What things come next for us after everything is said and done? What changes are we expecting after? So, for example, if you graduated, do you go to work immediately? What are the changes in your schedule and your time? What would come after your job, or what would come after retirement? What will be the new season for us? What would be the next thing that comes after? Every season, every moment in nature, there's winter, spring, summer, and fall. For some of us who live in a tropical area, that just be rainy, and that'll be just the rainy and the dry season. Uh, since most of us live in the Philippines, it's currently the dry season and it's very hot. So we can expect a lot of heat, a lot of uh, plants wilting. And maybe for some of us, there can be stuff like that in our lives. There can be some things that creates heat in our personal lives, or there can be some things that ended, like a flower dying, or a flower that has wilted and cannot grow back. For some of us, that's like it's like that. So, what would be the new season for us moving forward after a season has ended? How will things change in our lives? What changes can we expect? What are some things that we may not really see moving forward, or we may not encounter, but we are preparing for it? What is something that we are expecting moving forward? And lastly, when all is said and done, when we are about to move forward with what we need to do, the ever important question I'd like to ask you to keep in mind is, what do we have to what do we want to have? What is it that we want to have moving forward, or for the next season, or the end of this season, or the end of a certain chapter in our lives? What is that thing that we want to have? What is the outcome that we want to have? What is our expectations? What is the thing that is expected for us or expected of us? I'd like to give you guys a moment to think after receiving those questions, and maybe you want to absorb them for a bit. Master Coach Hasmin, thank you for joining me today. All right. So I want everyone to digest those questions. I want everyone to absorb, to ponder on them. And in all of those, in all of those questions, the reason why I asked them is because ultimately, what do we want for our future? What does our future look like? What is it that we see in the horizon? We see things every day. We want to observe, we want to move forward with. And what do we want to achieve? These two interconnect with our end goal, with what we want, with how we want to move forward. And those things are ever important in our lives, in our day to day lives. I understand that right now it's not one of the best things to ask. And maybe we are struggling day to day. And there are things that we feel like we're just living and breathing, and we can't move forward because we want to focus on the now. But always remember what we want for the future. Is it something that allows us to get the thing that we want? Or is it something that will allow us to be? And the thing that we want to achieve, is it something that is expected of us? Is it something that we want? Is it something that we need? That's the thing that we have to ask ourselves for the most part. But in order to move to the future, we have to ask, one, are we prepared to close a chapter of our lives? Meaning, when we come to our ending, are we prepared to say goodbye? Are we prepared to move forward? Are we prepared to say enough's enough? Or are we prepared to say, to close a chapter of of a certain timeline or a certain chapter or a certain page in our lives, are we also prepared to say goodbye to people we may never see again? In order to move, sometimes we have to let go of certain people. That's the truth to it. There may be some people who will bring us down, or maybe we have to let people go because they don't serve us. And for some, it's easy, but for others, it's really difficult. Maybe you've bonded with this person for 10 years and you have another person whom you bonded with for 4 months. And you may have to let go of the 10-year relationship because the value you've created with that 4-month friendship may have been greater and may serve you better for your future. So are we really prepared to say goodbye to a certain chapter in our lives, or are we prepared to say goodbye to some people that we may never see again? Is it something that we can easily do? Are we really prepared? Are we really wanting to move forward with this? Is it something that we have to allow ourselves to? I'll give you a breather, everyone. It's something that's not easy to ask. Maybe in hindsight, yes, but in the present moment, in those moments that we feel like we have to face them, whether it's uncomfortable or we want to run away, we have to eventually face that fact. We have to ask ourselves this when the time comes. Are we prepared to say goodbye to some of these things, to a certain time in our lives, to certain people, to certain ways of doing things? Regardless of whether you are prepared or not, we have to be prepared. I would like to quote a friend of mine who I have recently spoken with. And right now, she's fighting for her people, um, for her freedom, for her people's freedom. And one of the most powerful things she's ever told me was, we have to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. We have to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Once we go to a new chapter in our lives, we hope for the best. We have to hope for the future that we want to attain. But we also have to prepare for the worst. We also have to eventually say goodbye to people, to certain people, to things that we may not foresee. We may not necessarily find out until the time comes, and we may have to stick through it. It's really something that's not easy. It may not be easy to do, but we have to have that hope, that thing that makes us want to push forward, to go for it. And I know all of this is possible, and I'm speaking now, me as Coach Tony, and I know all of this is possible because you are the strongest person I know. These words also reflect what my friend told me in expecting the worst. And this this hit, knowing that I may not see this person again and I have to prepare for it. And I want you guys to know that you guys are also the strongest people that I know. To know that you can push through and make it, to know that you are alive right now and breathing, to know that you're fighting for your future. You are the strongest person that I know. I may not necessarily know you personally, but I know that you are the strongest person that I know now. Now, the only person that is stopping you from yourself from moving forward is ourselves. And on a personal note, yes, I still experience this myself. There are still things that I wish I can say that I'm good or I'm better, but I need there are things that I can't do alone. And I would admit to that. That's why coaches need coaches too. That's why we need a community. That's why we have friends. We can talk to them. That's why I have family. We can talk to them about anything. We can tell them how we are, how we feel, what are our problems, what are our fears, what makes us want to not want to move forward with our lives, what makes us not want to go for it, what makes us feel scared, not doing the thing that we want or basically move forward to the future that we want to have. But fear not, we don't have to do everything alone. In fact, that's why we have a tribe. We build a community together. We build our friends, our comrades, people we call our brothers, our sisters, the people that we can connect with to help us with anything that hinders us from moving on, to grab us, to uplift us, to move forward with our lives, to create a future together, to create family, to create your bonds, to create that hopeful future that you want to have, to create something that speaks to you as a person and you want to have that bond, that community, that thing that helps you move forward with our lives, that that help that creates our future. And all of that, intentionally or unintentionally, they are our accountability partners. They help us grow, they help us move forward. They if they were your true friends, they wouldn't push you down, they wouldn't keep you down. No, they'd help you up, they help lift you up. They help create that opportunity for you, those things that you want to have to create. Our accountability partners helps us grow. Our friends helps us grow. And in turn, we bring that to them. We become their accountability partners. We become there for them. We create an opportunity for them. That is the thing that creates a beautiful future, a beautiful community, a place where you can express how you feel, a place wherein or a community that you can live. You can create that space for yourself to not be alone, to create that thing that you want to create. I'm generalizing here, but it's something that we ourselves know the answer to. And I am not you, my fellow viewer. I am not, I don't know what future that you want to create, but I know that it's possible. We just have to build it. We have to build for it. And a future with anything, for anything, it takes time. It takes time to build the future that we want to create with our friends, with our community, with our accountability partners, with our family. It takes time. And we take things as they come along on our own time, but we have to move forward, whether it's a snail's pace or a sprint. Life shouldn't be taken for granted. And remember, life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And knowing all this allow us to help you. If you want to journey with us here in Life Coach Philippines, allow us here in Life Coach Philippines to journey with you wherever you need to go, wherever we can help you if you need the help. We are all extending our hands together for you. As much as all of us, all of our different coaches here, extend a hand to help all of us who feel down and allow us to do the same with you because we all know what it feels to be pushed down and we all know what it feels like to feel that sense of abandonment and that crushing feeling that we may never recover from initially, but allow us to journey with you. Where your journey is in life, let us help you move forward. Let us help create that journey together, that freedom that you want, that future that you want. Let's help you get that, and let's help you move forward with that. And remember, my fellow viewers, as one adventure ends, another begins. Or, as for my quote, the thing I want to end on, as one adventure ends, another continues. So I want to ask you, my fellow viewer, continue? And with that, I thank you so much for journeying with me for these past 20 episodes. And I wish you all the best. And I wish everyone a happy, beautiful life. And remember, do not hesitate to contact us, any of us. We are here to help. We're just a message away. You can contact any of us beautiful coaches, beautiful and handsome coaches here in Life Coach Philippines or here in Life Coach Access, whichever you have watched us from or you've seen us from. And again, if you want to contact anyone, you can contact Coach Roselle at 0917-586-1661 for any of your coaching needs. And with that, I thank you. So as we end today's episode, let me invite you to visit our coaching hub at D Cup Coffee Republic, located at the Pioneer Center PC compound along Pioneer Road, corner Brixton and United Streets, Capitolio, Pasig City, just across Bayanihan Center. So if you know where Unilab is, then you know where, then just right across there. Our coaching hub is open physically from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. only, but virtual operations is 24/7, and we offer coaching services on demand any time of the day, any day of the week. Please connect with Coach Roselle through 0917-586-1661 for your coaching needs. Again, you can connect with Coach Roselle through 0917-586-1661 for your coaching needs. Thank you so much for joining me today here in Life Coaching Access. Life Coaching Access will take a quarter break to make room for exciting upgrades. So, me and us fellow coaches, we will see you back again in July of 2021. Don't worry, we will come back. All right? And with that, I hope to see you all again soon. Love, bum, boom, everyone. Thank you.